Okay, good morning, everybody. Thanks for taking the effort to wake up that early after a very good dinner and some good wine. Very pleased to see all the faces here, and I hope we will have a great day today or together. I also want to thank the organization for inviting PORTHOS to give a overview on the status of the project. We are at the moment executing, so I'm very pleased being here. So I was thinking, how will I start this presentation? And actually, it brought me back 11 years back when I was here at the San Servolo Island. And actually, I was having a poster presentation on the P18 CCS storage license application that we had submitted. It was under consideration by the ministry at the moment. And actually, we at Taka, that was my former company I worked for, we received permits, so that was good. But at the end, the road project, which was actually planned to execute, did not go ahead. So it was cancelled in 2015. And then at a certain moment, we got a message that EBN and Fasuni and the Port of Rotterdam took the initiative to take over the road project and baptize the project into PORTHOS. And it was in 2017. And the rest is history. So we are now here, and we are at the moment that we are executing our project. So I'm very proud that I was part of the journey as from 2011 until now. And hopefully, in about 2 years from now, we are starting injecting the first CO2 molecules in the subsurface, which yeah, is a very nice goal, I would say. So okay, that was a bit of a background and introduction. So as said, PORTHOS is a joint venture with three shareholders, EBN, Gasunit, and the Port of Rotterdam. For the scope, we are talking about or the full chain. So actually, we are taking CO2 from the emitters from the Rotterdam industry, and then we transport it, compress it, and store it in two empty gas fields. It's about 37.5 megatons in total, and we are aiming for 2.5 megaton per annum for the coming 15 years. We have some or additional capacity in the infrastructure for future development, which I would also talk about later. And we have four customers: Air Liquide, Air Products, ExxonMobil, and Shell. And the highlights of the last few months or years is that back in Q4 2020, we got the irrevocable permits to store CO2 in both the P18-2 and the P18-4 gas fields, which are located at well here. So this is P18-4, this is P18-2, and you see here also backbone, which is actually or transporting the CO2 with compression on the mass, and then it's going to be compressed, and it will be transported to the 18 alpha platform, and then in 4 wells it will be injected. We took FID in October last year. That was a very nice moment to actually to be a part of. We went through quite a bumpy road, I would say. I will come to that later. And early this year we started constructing, and we are hoping to be ready for operations in 2026. So if you look at PORTHOS at the full chain the project, you see that or the CO2 is being captured by the industry, being transported, compressed, sent offshore by the offshore pipeline via the wellhead system on the P18 alpha platform is going to be injected in the P18 alpha or in the P18-2 and 4 empty gas fields. So, or the bumpy road, yeah. Since you are a new industry, you have to learn on the job, and you also have to see that other parties are not at the same page as you are. So we back in 2021, there was an appeal from the Mobilization of the Environment, an NGO in the Netherlands, against the nature permits that were given for PORTHOS. And so a period of 2 years started where we were sort of in the doubt of whether this project could continue. 1 year later, the Council of State ruled that the construction exemption as accepted in the Netherlands lapses, so that was not longer valid. So that was actually, or the primary reason, MLB appealed against PORTHOS, but then they continue, and that took us another year of delay. And at the end, in August 2023, the Council of State rules positively on the ecological assessment of PORTHOS. So that was quite actually a more happier moment than FID, because in my eyes, this was FID, because this was the last hurdle we had to take in order to continue with PORTHOS. So, and yeah, you see all the headlines, and we were in the newspapers, etc. So it was a very good moment to experience. Happy faces in the office, and everybody was ready, for making it happening. So that was really nice. Ending the ruling, we actually had 4 incidents in the FID. It was to have the contracts with customers in place. There we benefited from the subsidy scheme from the government. We need or the field engineering. The storage permits must be irrevocable. So both for P82, there was a new one submitted in 2021, and P184, the other fields, that had to be or renewed or actualized. So, and it was also happening at the moment. And we had a legacy well, which needs to be, which was actually a very big risk for the success of PORTHOS. And the condition was that we need to successful decommissioning that well, which actually happened. So these 4 conditions were the start of, or the positive ruling were the start of taking FID. And in the meantime, further delays were prevented thanks to the government guarantee scheme. So we could order long lead items, we could make the contracts with or the different suppliers, etc. So that really makes us strong on financial part, but also that we could anticipate on FID and on start of construction. So PORTHOS is a large-scale CO2 transport and storage infrastructure in the European Union. Obviously, it will contribute to reducing CO2 emissions. I think that is something which is obvious, but okay. What we experience is that there is a lot of interest from all around the world, but also nationally and internationally on PORTHOS. So we are the first of its kind actually in the Netherlands, but also in the EU. So, and we hope that we can pave the road for scaling up PPS. And what we see is that we are now at the moment in cooperation with Armis, or the big brother of PORTHOS, and actually a project that is 10 times bigger than PORTHOS. So so we see there a very good development. In a nutshell, I take you from onshore to the reservoir. So what we do is we will lay a pipeline in the harbor of Rotterdam. In purple, it's about 30 kilometers long and a diameter of more than 1 meter. You see a picture of the pipe segments in the top right corner, and it's going to be laid in an existing pipeline corridor. After 30 kilometers, it will enter the compressor station, which is a 2-acre plot at the very end of the Maasvlakte. You see here the red dot here. So at the artificial island, the Maasvlakte, or in the harbor of Rotterdam. And the facilities comprises of compressors, electricity, the cooling installations, and the measure and the control systems. And we have 3 big compressors, which are actually used to compress the CO2 from 30 bar to maximum 130 bar to be or to be transported to the empty gas fields. Yes, thank you. And then we are offshore, or the CO2 is moving through the offshore pipeline with a length of 22 kilometers and a diameter of 40 centimeters. And then it goes to the P18 platform, which is located here. Here, P18-4, that gas field has 1 injection well, and here's P18-2. That gas field has 3 injection wells. Yeah, you see some pictures of the horizontal directional drilling under the hard seawall. So we need to go under the dike, and then we need to overlay the pipeline further offshore. You see the running of the casing of the pipeline. So yeah, it's a work in progress, so to say. And then the C2 arrives at the third location. Here you see a picture of the pH alpha platform. Everything is going to be reused. The platform and the 4 injection wells. It's about 3.5 kilometers depth. And as mentioned earlier, we have a storage volume of around 37.5 megatons and 2.5 MPTA for the coming 15 years. So some challenges. As mentioned before, PORTHOS is the first of its kind. So there was some legislation to be developed, like for the storage permits, but also for the other permits. There is a challenge in the technical feasibility because we are going to inject dense CO2 in empty, low-pressure gas fields. So all the CO2 thermodynamic behavior is really a thing that needs to be understood. Partnerships, so with the 3 partners, but also with the emitters and the clients. Yeah, and we have to do it. We have to do it the first time right. What we also see is that PORTHOS is a stepping stone for CO2 storage in the Netherlands, but also for the EU in general, because the Rotterdam harbor is going to be considered as a CO2 hub for the rest of Europe. So business developments go side by side with project development, which of course is good, but also requires attention and focus on the scope of the project because we need to be ready in 2026 to inject the first CO2. And then we have all the global market situation. We see that for manpower, but also for suppliers, there is a little bit of competition. A bit of pressure on making things happening, but at the end, I believe that if you have a good project and you believe in the success, you can manage, and all comes to a good end. So that means smart solutions and smart partnerships. So final slide. 3 things that for me are important in this project, for PORTHOS, but also for the GGS project up running at the moment, but also coming on stream in the near future. The compliance, the conformance, and the creation. Compliance legislation. CGS is still developing, learning on the job. We don't know what's going to happen tomorrow because we are a new industry. Conformance, things should go like we have planned, but no guarantee there. And the creation is that PORTHOS needs to be up and running to fully demonstrate the potential, and that we can do it, and that we can actually contribute to the I think 15 MP or the 50 MPTA portfolio as mentioned earlier this conference. So yeah, actually we are aiming to at least or be part of for 5% of that 50 MPTA. So yeah, that is our objective, and I hope that in 2026 we are injecting CO2 in the Dutch subsurface.